In the month of February and early March, female bass like to move up and lay their eggs during the full moon cycles. And they get up and they sit in a flat spot area that's normally pushed out by the male. And then they come up and lay their eggs. And that's when you see the biggest bass of the year in a very close range proximity. Generally, you can look at them on the bottom and you can see a clear spot. So I'm going to show you a few different lures and ways to catch these fish. Preferably on the rod length. I like a 7-foot medium heavy action rod, something with a little bit of backbone, because these fish are bigger and you're fishing at a much closer area. So you need to be able to move them away from what they're sitting next to. The way I prefer to bed fish for largemouth is using a small crawl, most of the time in a white or something that I can see really easy, because it is a visual thing. You're looking at a fish and you're specifically targeting that fish. Pumpkin chartreuse tail works good too, and that is a brown color with a green tail. I also like to use tubes. Different baits present a little bit different action. I still stick with the same color pattern though. I use a 3/8 or a 1/4 ounce weight depending on how deep the fish is. I want something pretty heavy because I want to stay near the bottom where they are. The bass don't move around as much when they're bedding and they're sitting real close to the bottom. A lot of times on bedding fish, you either have a bedding fish that's really motivated, that wants to feed and wants to hit anything that's in their bed, or you have a fish that's very, very down in the dumps. They seem depressed almost. They just want to sit in one area. They don't want to move a lot. They don't want to pick up baits. They don't want to do anything. When I bed fish, I pick a fish that I want to target, and that's the fish that I go for. And a lot of times it's pretty simple. A lot of times you can just throw in and hit that particular fish, keep it in their bed, and then generally will bite. But sometimes it gets to a point where they're so depressed, as I like to call it, that you have to pretty much hit them on the head to get them to bite. And what you would do is you pick a fish and you would take the bait. And it's a little hard to see because this tank's a little deep, but they're pretty much going to hit it on call. But you take it, and if you see a fish, you're going to take it and put it on their head and in their face, and they're going to get it. Just keep it right in front of their face, every now and then trying to bring it across his back. And in bedding fish, they don't move off. So what will happen is they'll sit in that area. They won't get aggravated and leave because they're trying to protect their eggs. So if they do get aggravated, they just eventually turn around and hit it because that's their only choice. They don't leave when they're on the bed. Keys to finding bedding fish are going to be looking for areas where deep water runs into shallower water, and they're going to be on the shallower flats generally and adjacent to deep water. That's it for today. Everybody have a great day, and come see us at Bass Pro Shops.